Hello, and welcome to the Pork and Knuckle Show, where we take a bite out of the movies, literally.
Oh yes.
This month is Jaws, biting galore, and we have a fact battle. Porky, you go first.
Biting the law is actually interesting because the shark was named Bruce after the lawyer of Steven Spielberg. But that's not even a fact that I have written down. It just sprung into my mind when you mentioned the lawyer thing. My first fact is actually that author Peter Benchley, do you know that the whole Jaws franchise is based purely on incompetence? Peter Benchley said that if he had known how sharks actually behave, he would never have even written the book.
Great. So my first fact. The shark is called Bruce after Spielberg's lawyer.
Where did you get that idea? Speaking of jokes, apart from you, there is another one. On the DVD of Jaws 2, there is a special called The French Joke, because in French, the first movie is literally called The Teeth of the Sea, which in French is called Les Dents de la Mer, and if you add the two to this, it would be called the Dents de la Mer de, and mer de sounds a little bit like merde, the French word for shit. So the second movie was close to being called The Teeth of the Shit in France.
Wonderful, wonderful. Speaking of practical jokes, I think it was Spielberg who invited George Lucas, Sarkozy, and Millinus. And they were messing around with the robotic shark. Spielberg got the controls when Lucas put his head inside the jaws and he snapped shut, and then the robot malfunctioned. They went into a panic mode and they had to break the jaws, and then they left the scene and tried to hide this fact, and like nobody knew about it. They came in the next, oh, what happened there? And yeah,
what happened there?
Was it.
Our most important prop is broken. How could that have happened? Speaking of broken things, the Jaws 3, or Jaws 3D, actually was never really supposed to be a sequel to the Jaws franchise. It was supposed to be a literal parody. And the first title for the third movie was National Lampoon's Jaws 3 People Zero. But Spielberg rejected this idea and threatened to walk away from his picture deal with Universal if this were to ever happen. And so Richard D. Zanuck and David Brown, the producers of the first two films who came up with this stupid idea, they left the studio. But the funniest thing is, if this film were to actually be made as National Lampoon's Jaws 3, Joey Dante was supposed to direct the film, which could be really interesting.
3 years later, my third fact, Quint's boat, the Orca. Now, that boat sank and all of the footage in the camera was lost. They had to send it to a lab in New York to rescue the day's footage because the boat sank. Well, obviously, that's going to happen. So, third fact, the boat sank.
I remember reading about this, and then someone was actually to say while the boat was sinking, screw the actors, save the audio department, holding up the cassette recorder like this, and no, this cannot get lost. But my fourth fact is actually about the second movie, and something that actor Mark Gilpin, who played Sean Brody, said. There was one day when they were shooting this makeshift raft of wrecked yachts scene, and they were actually circled by real-life hammerhead sharks.
Wow.
And they were freaking scared and started yelling and started screaming. The camera crew, who was set up like a few meters away from them, very far away to get the long distance shot, they didn't know about the sharks, so actually thought they were acting, giving them the thumbs up, cheering them, yes, you're doing a great job, but they were actually screaming for their lives.
4 years later, and the fourth fact, when the principal filming wrapped, Spielberg was not happy with the ending. So what he did was he went into Werner Field's backyard swimming pool and hired a small crew. They did the filming scene again, but to make the water murky, they put milk inside the swimming pool. That's the fourth fact.
That's cool.
Milk in the pool.
I think one of the coolest things that I've ever read about any film ever is, did you know that Steven Spielberg wasn't even supposed to direct the first film? The original director of the film was called Dick Richards, who was fired after one meeting with executives and producers because he said that he envisions the start of the film like this. You have the shot of the town, and then you see the whale coming out of the water, and the studio executive said, like,
it's a shock for me.
we're not gonna work with someone who doesn't know the difference between sharks and whales, which is whale. So this thing blew whale out of proportion.
I'm gonna move on swiftly to the fifth one. So, Spielberg really wanted to make and direct Bond films, and if you actually see in one of the opening scenes, the number plate is 007 and Louisiana 73. This is a reference to him wanting to direct Bond movies, and he's so desperate he even put it in the movie. That's the fifth fact. We're done.
That is great, and that's
That is
everything
great.
we have time for today. So please tell us in the comments which of our facts you liked the most, and if you have more facts about the Jaws franchise, please drop them in the comment section below. If you liked the whatever this was that we just did, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that bell, ding, to make sure you're notified whenever we put up more crap like this. So this was it for today, guys, and we will see you guys again on the next Pork and Knuckle Show.
Take care. Hello and welcome to the Pork and Knuckle Show, where we take a bite out of the movies, literally. So this month, Jaws. Jaws, fish, but we're not going to eat humans, we're going to eat trout. Very simple and very easy. Get skinless, boneless. Well, we didn't get skinless, nor did we get boneless. Chicken fillet and aluminium foil.
Chicken fillet?
Chicken fillet, fish fillet.
But what I want to say is, if you don't have the boneless chicken, you can just pull them out with any sort of tweezers. This is actually a very easy process.
Get aluminium foil. Place the chicken fish fillet. Herbs, for herbs dressing we used basil, we used thyme, and we used some smoked paprika. Cover it, and then get slices of lemon, put it on top of that, and then just squirt some black pepper on it, wrap it, 20 minutes in the oven, bring out the oven, superb. The fish should be flaky, so you should be able to take off the meat just with your fork without using any knife or anything. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, now let's see Knuckles' interpretation of Finding Nemo. Oh, you found him!
Oh yes.
And he smells lemony.
Good. Now I'm going to be really smart.
And touch this with your hand. Of course.
That's for you. Open
Yes.
it up.
I will be a bit smarter. Oh my god, this is perfectly cooked. Look at this. This is some good.
And now we taste it. The trick is the aluminium foil. It steams it inside. This is good.
You don't eat the skin,
No.
but you eat the rest. This comes off the skin very well.
And that is a wrap. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe, like, try this at home. Let us know how it is.
You have to try this.
Take care.
Hello and welcome to the Pork and Knuckle Show. When we take a bite out of the movies. Literally. And seriously, today, this is going to happen more than once, because this was something that was apparently dropped as a child many, many times. Jaws 5, which is actually called Jaws 5 to some extent.
Jaws. It's cruel Jaws. Nothing to do with Jaws.
Or The Beast, or in this case, Shark Terror, is a movie by the Italian director Bruno Mattei, one of my all-time favorite directors. You might have the joy of watching his other great film, Hell of the Living Dead, later this year, or a movie that is simply called Bruno Mattei's Terminator 2, and we're gonna watch that when we do which franchise? Correct! Aliens! Because Terminator 2 is an Aliens ripoff, of course. But tonight we're gonna focus on Shark Terror, which is a Jaws ripoff. And a glorious Jaws ripoff.
It is the worst thing on earth. I mean, the most interesting thing said was after 28 minutes, dinner for sharks. I was just, alright, that's cool. Same plot line. I mean, they had to call in the military to kill the shark. That escalated. It was a massive plot twist. Escalated so quickly. And then, like, what is the point? Terrible music, same storyline, absolutely not creative. This was horrendous. Absolutely terrible.
This was a really carbon copy of Steven Spielberg's Jaws, with the same characters, the same plot, but what I like is that one fisherman guy actually looks like Hulk Hogan.
Yes, he does.
Whatever
what
reason.
Is going on? For a second I thought, Hulky's in there? Like, no, he's not. He's not. Hulky's big.
What Bruno Mattei does in this movie a lot is the typical Italian day for night shots, which I love. That's when they take scenes and shoot them in bright daylight and then just put a blue filter over the image and then say, this happens at night, even though there are clouds in the sky and shadows on the beach. This is horrendously entertaining. And this film...
It's not entertaining.
This film goes so far in copying these movies that it even directly lifts footage from Jaws 1 and 2, from Shaka by director Joe D'Amato, and mostly from Enzo Castellari's The Last Jaws, which I actually also was close to selecting for the rip-off part. But this, seriously, it does have a few dragging parts.
It's a long movie.
It's
way too long.
It's 92 minutes.
Drags on,
this is one of the most entertaining,
just like him dragging on,
fun to watch crap films that I've ever seen in my life. It took me a great deal of time actually to track down a copy of this film. Because of all the lifted footage, it's hard to find a released version of this in the digital age, which I was happy to find somewhere, and this is fun. Watch this. Seriously. Watch this film and tell us in the comments what you thought of this. That was it for for today, actually. That was a short video of me rambling about this awesome piece of movie.
Like the movie, it'll be a lot of rambling.
A lot of rambling. At least I'm able to string together a proper sentence.
Yes.
But still, that was it for the day. Please, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to be notified whenever we put up more videos like that by hitting the bell.
Ding.
And see you again on the next Pork and Knuckle Show. Good.
Take care.
Hello and welcome to the Pork and Knuckle Show, where we take a bite out of the movies, literally. And seriously, this movie can only be described by a quote from the awesome Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, because for us, today is Garbage Day! Poof. This movie is such a despicable piece of crap, disgusting filth, that it makes me feel like I have the need to take a shower just by thinking of it.
This whole movie is basically some shark hunters who pick up women They fight over the same woman. One guy punches one guy. Then they become best friends. Then they have a threesome. And then randomly, sharks just eat people off a beach. Movie ended. And it was 2 hours.
Yes, it was
That's the whole movie.
126 minutes.
It was completely pointless.
The Mexican...
Like, what was the point of this?
I mean, the one that we watched is the Mexican original cut that is over 2 hours long and is more like a soap opera with frequent nudity than a shark film. There are even more...
Terrible.
There are even more versions of this film. There is one that was edited down by 10 minutes, but the one that I would have loved to have is only 80 minutes long, cut for about 50 minutes of footage, and I'm sure...
It's completely pointless.
No matter which scenes you pick and cut out of this film, it's not a loss. This is garbage. Garbage acting, garbage video quality. It has no redeeming factor, no entertainment value, because... literally, 35 minutes of this film are people swimming in the sea, killing sharks. And not like in the Jaws sense of killing sharks. Literally killing real sharks with real harpoons. So in this film, you can watch around 60 to 70 young, small sharks die a horrible, painful death because of some disgusting, miserable creature that calls himself a filmmaker, and it's even making me disgusted thinking of this crap. So never watch this. Never pick this film up. I hate this, and I hate every single person that was in any way or shape or form involved in the making of this filth. I hate you, I despise you, and hopefully you get eaten by a real shark and not just these tragic little baby creatures that you kill for your own goddamn amusement, you miserable, despicable, garbage people! Damn it!
Right? See you next week. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Take care.
Yes! We're back here at the Pork and Knuckle Show where we take literal bites out of movies and our whatever he is. Anyways, this is Jaws month, and we're gonna sink our sharpened shark teeth into this phenomenal one movie and whatever came after that. So, let's start.
Alright, let's start. Well, interestingly enough, if you notice throughout the progression of the franchise, the shark appearances became quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. First one took 1 hour 21 minutes, second one was 1 hour 20 or something, and we reached the fourth one and it was under 10 minutes, bang, shark, done.
Yeah, but that's actually the law that Steven Spielberg created. He said that in a good monster movie, you are not allowed to see the full monster before 1 hour into the film. The first part should be to build up the suspense, which worked perfectly for the first movie, but it wouldn't work for the other ones because we already know what the shark is. This is actually my main concern when it comes to the Friday the 13th franchise, because they did this crap every single time, and even in the 7th movie, you basically have to wait for an hour until Jason Voorhees appears, and you know who he is!
I mean, in Jaws, they were smoking inside the hospital. What's going on there? Come on, guys. Like, use some common sense here. And it was alright. Jaws 1 was good. I really liked it. And, you know, it sets the scene. I think there is a YouTube video on Spielberg taking a tour of Universal Studios. And Amity Island is still there. And the big jaw on the dock is still there. So this was quite cool. Very, very cool. The robotics behind this was great. But, you know, Jaws set up, and this is the negative unintended effect, I guess, of an increase in humans attacking sharks.
Yes, because they thought sharks were the most dangerous creatures
and this fear
in the world.
just spread.
And do you know that, take a guess, how many people are killed by sharks each and every year?
12.
I read 6. So, sharks aren't even in the top 30
You
of
get
deadliest
killed
animals.
more by falling coconuts than sharks.
Yes,
I know, I've read
more
this
by
somewhere.
cows,
Yeah.
way more by dogs.
Interesting.
And number 1 deadliest animal, of course, is knuckles. No, it's mosquitoes.
Oh god.
But what I find the most interesting when I did the research for these films is that part 3 and 4 actually shouldn't even exist. Because in the third movie, the shark is in SeaWorld, which is very funny how blatant of a SeaWorld commercial this crap fest of a movie was. But the thing is, if you look at the map, and you look at where the actual sea is and SeaWorld is, the shark would have to traverse sweet water to get to SeaWorld, which he is not able to survive in. And then...
Yeah, but then fourth, it was in Bahamas.
No, when we're talking about the biggest bull crap movie plots of all times, I think Jaws 4 takes the cake with a shark who can smell the Brody family from the other half of the world and then follows them to basically excite Judgment Day on them. So it's more like a Terminator shark coming to get you, Barbara. And she's not actually called Barbara, but screw it. That movie was such a disgrace. I read that
terrible.
Mario
The whole storyline was based on the mother's phobia of the shark and this made-up curse. It's just like, what is going on?
Curse of the voodoo shark.
What we've learned from Jaws is that if you are named Brody or if you have a relation named Brody, do not be a surfer. Otherwise, you will be eaten by a shark.
Do not go near. This is another
water.
thing. If you have a phobia of the shark, why do these people keep going back?
I don't know.
To the beach? And the other thing is when I watched Jaws. By the way, what you just said, I loved. The first one actually not so much because I think it's way too long. And I say that Jaws 1 is comprised of 3 parts. One is waiting on the beach, the other one is waiting on the boat, and the third one is waiting for the credits. The action level in this film is minuscule, and you have good characters, you have good acting, good drunk acting, especially by Richard Dreyfuss. But the second one had more action, the second one had more going on. Still, it had this inherent plot hole of why are these people still near the beach? And
no one believes! This is the point, no one believes.
And this is why I think that the Jaws franchise is actually more important in today's day and age than it might have been 20 years ago. Because I was like, okay, how the hell, if there is the sheriff telling me that there is a deadly creature waiting outside, then I will not freaking go outside.
But then again, the mayor wants the town to do well over tourism, so they don't want fear to be spread. Pretty much what's happening now with Corona.
Exactly. So, if you superimpose a Corona logo over the shark of this movie, it's the same concept.
First wave, second wave, third wave, no one will care about this.
Please do not go into the water, it's dangerous there. Then someone comes, oh no, the shark is just an invention, there is no shark, and everyone is, no shark!
Okay, on that, we're gonna end it. It's going mental. We're gonna end it. Thank you very much for watching. You've survived. Well done. You've survived.
Our attack, our audio-visual attack on
YouTube.
Nerves.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
So we're not. Other than the shark in Jaws 3D, we're not gonna explode into tiny little ET figurines. Yeah, that's a fact. That was it for today. If you have anything to say about the Jaws franchise, please drop it in the comment section below. If you liked whatever it was that we just did, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell.
Ding.
To make sure you're notified whenever we put up more videos just like this one. And whenever it's time for you to rejoin us, we'll see you again on the next Pork and Knuckles show.
Take care.
Hello and welcome to the Pork and Knuckles show, where we take a bite out of the movie literally. And today, we have to be afraid that it's not the two of us that are going to get bitten, because we have two of the sharpest teethed franchises of all time standing before us. We're going to do the epic battle. Which one is better, Jurassic Park or Jaws?
We have 5 categories: characters, storyline, the sequel, the special effects, and the last one, for this particular franchise,
That's gonna be tough.
the actual reveal of the monster. So, Porky, what do you think of the characters?
Well, they're assholes, actually, down the line. Everyone in every...
Lovely,
no,
great
seriously.
comparison.
No, the thing is, I have to say, my number one weakness that I found with Jaws 1 was actually how slow the movie progressed. I liked the way that the characters interacted with each other, but it was just a drag to listen to it. It was a drag to hear them sing on the godforsaken boat. The second one had slightly better characters, and let's just forget the rest. About Jurassic Park, you have
much better character.
You have some idiots, you have some innocent idiots, and you have some mean-spirited idiots in this film.
That's not good.
Most of these people... Seriously, how can you find that idea? Hey, do you know these old 5-story tall animals that once were on the world? Let's bring those back. I don't have any idea how this could go wrong.
So,
false.
Characters. I think the characters in Jaws were much stronger than the characters in Jurassic Park. You always had this hindering concept of the Brodies. Brody did play a big part in 1 and 2. Jurassic Park, there isn't. I'm sorry, you cannot frame one guy or one girl or one character which is like, okay, this person is leading the movie. It was just, the movie was good, the franchise was excellent, but the characters were not so good in Jurassic Park. For me, Jaws gets the point for this. Jaws has got much better characters. Even in the 4th one, the terrible one, the mother was a better character than the 3rd one. What was the 3rd one about in Jurassic Park? Wow,
okay,
that
God,
was rubbish.
that is actually another battle that we need to face. Jurassic Park 3 versus Jaws 4. That is going to be
Jaws gets my point
horrendous.
for this. Who are you going to give your point to?
I think I'm gonna go with Jurassic Park.
Cool,
because
1-1.
I like Sam Neill. I love Richard Attenborough, and I think I have made clear how much I admire Wayne Knight for everything he's done. So he is a smaller character in Jurassic Park, but he just nails this performance, this innocent idiocy.
Jackson, so it's just like.
And you have the Sam.
Jaws gets my point.
Jaws doesn't have Sam Jackson, so this
Jaws
is...
gets my point. That storyline, what do you think of the storyline? The plot?
The first one or the franchise?
Oh, the franchise, the full franchise.
Then it's both crap. No, actually, I love the storyline of the first Jurassic Park movies. The 3rd one was garbage. I really like the storyline of Jaws, and you have to put it into perspective that we're talking and comparing a 90s franchise with a 70s franchise, both of which were helmed by the same guy.
Yeah.
So this one, Jurassic Park, would not have ever existed if it weren't for the success of Jaws.
For sure.
And this is not a reason why, but I think it goes to show why the storyline credit, even though Steven Spielberg had so much time to perfect his storytelling abilities, I think, yeah, this goes to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, me too, Jurassic Park. I think, especially the second one, The Lost World really nailed it for me, because it's just like, okay, a T-Rex has escaped a boat. A prison boat.
No, well, wait. He has escaped the boat and then locked himself back up in the cargo bay. This is like, come on.
But there was a much better, Jaws, okay, fine, it's a shark. and that's it. And it was slow and slow and slow. And my God, Jaws was a pain to watch compared to Jurassic Park. I think my point also goes to Jurassic Park for this.
Because the pacing. This is what I tried to build up. Steven Spielberg, he's a great storyteller, and this was an insane effort for the time. But when you watch it, when you rewatch it, like 50 years after Jaws has been made, it comes to show that he has made some progression when it comes to storytelling. Even though the story is bollocks in some department, it still has more action.
Cool, we'll move to the third one.
More entertainment.
Third one is special effects.
That is easy.
For me, Jurassic Park, hands down. Jurassic Park has phenomenal special effects. I mean, at no point do the dinosaurs look robotic. They are really cool. One thing I did not like was when they had the full view of the whole park, and that put it down. Yeah. However, Jaws special effects are not good. They're like, you can see it's a mechanical contraption built. So, unfortunately, again, Jurassic Park gets it for me. Jurassic Park.
It's actually hard for me to tell because most of the special effects filmed for the Jaws franchise were trimmed and cut for the age ratings. Both the first and the second film were initially to receive an R rating from the MPAA if they weren't to cut down the body count, the violence, the close-up shots. And seriously, if you look at the first corpse, this half-eaten human from Jaws 1, this is a brilliant prop special effect. This looks amazing. And then when you go to Jurassic Park, you have, for me, this is some kind of this uncanny valley territory. We have the great, Stan Winston is one of the most phenomenal special effects guys in the world, and he made some amazing animatronics. But when it comes to CG, this is the biggest mistake that they have made. This thought that, okay, we have the CG technology, we're gonna show it. It was amazing at the time because something as amazing as Jurassic Park has not been seen before. But now when you watch it, for me it's like, oh yeah, I played that on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, but that's in hindsight. So at that time, definitely this gets it.
But we're reviewing this in the year 2021.
Relative to their time, this is it. Otherwise, you can say the mechanical robot was never good.
No, let's make it easy. Let's cheat here. Let's just simply give this point to Jurassic Park because of the crap effects in Jaws 3.
Cool.
Deed is done.
Alright, the sequels. Category 4, the sequels. I mean, the quality of the sequels did go down as the films progressed.
Yeah.
There's no...
I choose Harry Potter again.
However, I think Jurassic Park 2 was better than Jurassic Park 1, and Jaws 2 was not better than Jaws 1. And for that reason, Jurassic Park 2 gets it. No, absolutely not. Jaws 1 was superb. Jaws 2 was a prolonged version. Jaws 1 was brilliant, but Jaws 2 was not as good as Lost World. Lost World was so good. This was brilliant performance. This was superb. This point, quick and easy, goes to Jurassic Park.
For me, it's not that quick and easy because I have a lot of things to like about Jaws 1. I slightly liked the second one a bit more. 3 was a trash fest. It had catastrophic 3D. The image quality of these blurred wrong colored images where you have these auras of the wrong colors due to the 3D process. This movie looks atrocious on Blu-ray. And you have these incompetent, terrible 3D special effects. Seriously, this final 3D
terrible.
Jaws attack and explosion is so bad that I would have envisioned Bruno Mattei did it. And this is why I love this film. Yes, you heard this correctly.
So your point
I like
to
this
Jaws.
film because it's so bad. But then, Jaws 4 is just...
Why did it exist?
The bomb.
It's worse than
The only
Jurassic Park 3.
redeeming factor about this film is thinking about the fact that the goddamn shark can smell the Brodies from half across the planet.
It's just a ridiculous concept. I'm sorry, Jurassic Park gets
But
it for
with
me.
Jurassic Park 3,
Park gets
it was
it.
also a disgrace. Jurassic Park 3 is an annoyance.
It is annoying, but it's better than
But
3
still,
and 4.
if I just go by entertainment value alone, I think I'm gonna go with Jurassic Park.
Good. Just Jurassic Park is clearly in the lead here.
So before we do the final thing for the reveal, what are our points?
I think I
Up
gave
to
3
this-
to Jurassic Park. The character for me is Brody. The storytelling, Jurassic
Characters
Park.
I give to this. Story
Special
I give to
effects,
Special effects I give to
sequel
this.
to this. Alright,
So for
now
me
the
it's
reveal.
4-0.
Now the reveal.
That's not a hard battle
Now the
anymore.
reveal, the suspense, which created, and I think this is fair to say that we should look at the first Jurassic Park
Yes.
and the first
The
Jaws.
first reveal.
And for me, the reveal is Jaws. Jaws is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it kept you on the hook for an hour 20 minutes the first time you watch it. After that,
Yeah.
it's not cool. But not Jurassic Park. I'm sorry. No. 1 hour 20 minutes, and we sat there, waited for the shark. We had glimpses. This was quite smart. The suspense was built, but the reveal goes to Jaws.
It's tough. It's a tough decision. Because just like what we said with the storyline, Steven Spielberg evolved and progressed and perfected his initial method, because this is the cult classic without whom nothing else would have been made in the first place. This has great build-up. This makes a great mystery. I love this freak out moment when they have the shark, and then the guy just went up and said, "No, that's not the one. The one we're looking for is 5 times the size of that." And everyone was like, "Oh my, what?" This was brilliant.
This was...
But in
Jaws.
Jurassic Park, what I find the most interesting in Jurassic Park is that the reveal is kind of a twisted reveal, because you saw the dinosaurs before. It didn't include this 1 hour rule of not seeing the monster, but the monster that you knew was there
existed.
It existed, but it only got to break out at the 1 hour
Well, this is it, isn't it? It's the point
and
of everything
with this
coming together.
and
Jaws
with
was way
this
better at that
with
point.
this I think it's more like, okay, we know it's a shark. It's
How
a shark
big is
on
the shark? But
poster.
the point is, how big is it? How big
But the
is
problem
it?
is-
how bad is it? How big and bad
But
is
this
it?
is, but I think this goes down to the limitation of making the film in the 70s, because you never get the full scale of the shark.
Sure.
You only see parts of the shark because they didn't have more technical capabilities. I mean, of course, if you compare this now to Meg with Jason Statham, okay, of course they had the technical capabilities.
But
of making a
for
bigger-
that
bigger
time,
shark.
this was brilliant.
But that movie was garbage. No, I'm going with Jurassic Park.
All right,
This
well.
kept me interested way more. This had, and I think this had a more diverse build-up, because this, Jaws suffered a bit from the repetition. We still had the sheriff. I think it was 3 or 4 scenes where he went to the beach and said, "No, don't go here." And then the mayor said, "Oh, good, do go here." And
But
this
that's
is
the point of the suspense.
Yes, but this is something for me that kind of gets annoying, because it's a plot point that is repeated.
Cool.
It's
So
still
your
a
point-
cool thing,
you-
but for
so
me
that's
it's
it.
5-0. I never expected
Jurassic
that,
Park has
seriously.
won. Jurassic Park is better than Jaws. Yeah.
We are going to get
Let's see.
keelholed for this.
We will see. We will see. We don't know. We will see. Thank you very much for
But
watching.
hopefully, speaking of we will see, hopefully we will see you guys again here on our little channel in the future. Next comparison is definitely going to come. If you don't want to miss it, please hit that subscribe button, click that bell
Ding.
to make sure you're notified whenever we put up another video just like this. And now, let's drop in the comment section below what you think of Jaws and Jurassic Park, and what you think is your personal favorite franchise. We will be reading the comments, and we love to read your thoughts.
Take care.